Hey everyone, it's Josh. So this video is going to be about a subject that I've talked a lot about before, but I'm just breaking it down in simpler concepts now. And it's about what being a man really is, what being a real man really is. And I spent a lot of years in the streets and I faced some dangerous situations, so I know a little something about being a real man. Now, to get right to it, being a man, a real man, is three things. First, it's about fighting your own battles. So if you've got some sort of a battle on your hands, whether it's a psychological battle, an employment battle, or, and for that matter, a physical battle that's a threat to you, you don't call the cops. You don't press charges against somebody who's attacked you. You don't go run to some authority structure of any sort to try to get them to fight your battles for you, such as how some people, when they have a problem with another fellow employee, they run to the boss. Real man doesn't do that. Real man doesn't call the cops when a threatening situation enters his life. He handles his own business. Real man doesn't run to the boss at work when he's got a problem with another employee. That's not what a real man does. Real man handles his own business. Now, you can and should handle it in a gentlemanly way, if at all possible. You shouldn't go into any situation looking to use these. But if you got to use these, you got to use these. And if you lose, you lose. You accept it like a man. No calling the cops, no pressing charges, none of that crap. You fight your own battles in life, whether they're physical or mental or whatever. Now, you can get help from friends if you need it. Let's say you lost your job. You can't pay your rent. It's fine to have a friend borrow you some rent money. That's okay. But when it comes to dealing with problems you have with other people, you shouldn't be looking to get authority structures involved. So if you're in college and you got a problem with another college kid, you shouldn't be bringing a professor or the school administration into it. It's your problem to handle however you choose to handle it. And if you win, you win. If you lose, you accept it and you move on with life. So the first pillar of being a man is fighting your own battles. Second pillar of being a real man is minding your own business. A lot of people out there think they're doing good when they catch some guy cheating on his girlfriend and they go and tell the girlfriend about it, even though they don't know the guy or his girlfriend. The stuff's got nothing to do with him or his friends or anything else, but he decides to insert himself into that situation. I guess you could classify that under gossip too. That's not what a real man does. A real man minds his own business unless something is affecting him, his family, or his close friends. The only time you should step into a stranger's business is when maybe you see somebody beating up a woman, something real crazy like that. But as far as what other people do, whether you like what they're doing, whether you don't like what they're doing, if it's not part of you and your friends in your inner circle, you leave that stuff alone. You mind your own business. And this includes like if you see people breaking laws, you see a couple of guys in a fist fight, don't call the cops. Don't do that. If you got a problem with what somebody's doing, you go face them like a man. If it's not bad enough for you to insert yourself into their business by yourself, then it's not bad enough for you to call the cops. So you need to leave that stuff alone. Mind your own business. Let other people's karma catch up with them, right? I don't care if they're selling drugs in front of you, whatever they're doing. If it's not your business, don't insert yourself into it and don't make trouble for them. And the reason for that is karma related. We all have bad things that we've done in the past. Not all of us have broken laws, but we have all, especially in today's super politically correct society, we all have skeletons in our closets, so to speak. We all have things about ourselves where if those things came out and got out into the public, it could cost us our jobs, our careers, our reputations in the community, and so on and so forth. So when you make trouble for someone else who is doing nothing to hurt you, just because you don't like what they're doing, or they're breaking the law, or they're cheating on a test at college or whatever, you bring bad karma onto yourself, because you're not a perfect person either. And when you do that to someone else, God's going to make sure something like that happens to you at some point in the future. If someone else is doing some wrong, you let God deal with that person in his own time. You let his own karma or her own karma catch up with her, however and whenever it may. That's for God to decide. It's not for you to decide. And I think you'll find, by following that concept of minding your business, besides just being the ethically and morally correct thing to do, it's going to keep you out of a lot of trouble. There's a lot of trouble that exists in the world that won't enter your life, that you don't even have to worry about, because you're not causing trouble for other people. You're nobody's judge, you're nobody's jury. If somebody's not hurting you, or your family, or your close friends, stay out of their business. All right? So, and finally, number 3.